An empire threatened. A queen arose against impossible odds. Her kingdom, her son, her life, everything was at stake. But her spirit, unbreakable. Witness her legendary story.
Imagine a land painted in emerald green, vast forests echoing with ancient tales of courage. In the heart of India lay Gondwana, a kingdom known for its wealth and bravery. But in the 16th century, shadows of the mighty Mughal Empire were growing longer, threatening to engulf everything in their path. In this era of turmoil arose a figure of extraordinary courage, Rani Durgavati. Born into royalty, she was not just a queen, but a warrior at heart. From a young age, she was trained in sword fighting, archery, and the art of governance. She was known for her beauty, her wisdom, and her fearless spirit. Life, however, was not a bed of roses. Married to King Dalpat Shah of the Gond Kingdom, her happiness was short-lived. Tragedy struck when her husband passed away, leaving her, a young widow, with their infant son, Veer Narayan, and a kingdom vulnerable to enemies. The weight of Gondwana fell upon her shoulders. To understand Rani Durgavati's struggle, we must understand her world. 16th century India was dominated by the Mughal Empire under the ambitious Emperor Akbar. They were expanding their rule, hungry for more territories and power. Gondwana, rich in resources and strategically located, was a tempting prize. Gondwana, under Rani Durgavati, was a peaceful and prosperous kingdom. She was a just ruler, loved by her people. She built temples, reservoirs, and promoted arts and culture. Her reign was considered a golden age. But this peace was about to be shattered. The Mughal Emperor Akbar set his eyes on Gondwana. He desired its wealth and strategic location. He sent messengers demanding Rani Durgavati accept Mughal sovereignty. To bow down meant losing her kingdom, her pride, and the freedom of her people. But Rani Durgavati was not one to surrender. Her goal was clear: to protect Gondwana and her people at all costs. Rani Durgavati knew the might of the Mughal army. They were vast and well-equipped. But she also knew the strength of her own people, their loyalty, and their deep love for Gondwana. She started preparing for war. She strengthened her forts, gathered her army, and inspired her people to fight for their freedom. This was not just a queen defending her kingdom. It was a mother protecting her child, a leader safeguarding her people's way of life. She faced numerous challenges. Her army was smaller compared to the Mughals. She lacked the advanced weaponry of her enemy. Some advisors suggested surrender to avoid bloodshed. But Rani Durgavati stood firm. Surrender was not an option. She believed in fighting for what was right, for her dignity, for her kingdom. She famously said, "It is better to die with honor than to live with shame." Her determination ignited a fire in her people. The Mughal army, led by Asaf Khan, a seasoned commander of Akbar, invaded Gondwana. The first battle took place at Narrai Nala. Rani Durgavati, despite being outnumbered, inflicted heavy losses on the Mughal army. She used guerrilla warfare tactics, utilizing the dense forests and hilly terrain of Gondwana to her advantage. For a moment, it seemed like the smaller Gondwana army might actually hold back the mighty Mughals. Rani Durgavati's courage and strategic brilliance were on full display. She was not just a queen on the throne, she was a warrior on the battlefield, inspiring her soldiers with her presence and bravery. But the Mughal Empire was vast. Reinforcements arrived, bolstering their army. The Gondwana forces, though fighting valiantly, were stretched thin. The relentless attacks and the sheer number of Mughal soldiers began to take their toll. Rani Durgavati faced a crucial turning point. She realized that holding Narrai was becoming unsustainable. To save her army from complete annihilation, she made a strategic retreat to Chauragarh fort. This fort, situated on a hilltop, was considered impregnable. It was a difficult decision, but a necessary one to continue the fight. Chauragarh fort became the site of the final, decisive battle. Rani Durgavati knew this was her last stand. She prepared her defenses, knowing the odds were heavily stacked against her. But her spirit remained unbroken. The Battle of Chauragarh was fierce and bloody. Rani Durgavati, despite being wounded, continued to fight with unmatched courage. She inspired her soldiers to fight to their last breath. The Gondwana army, though smaller, fought with the ferocity of lions defending their pride. Tragedy struck when her son, Veer Narayan, was severely wounded. Rani Durgavati sent him to safety, prioritizing his life, but she herself refused to retreat. Surrounded by enemies and facing certain defeat, Rani Durgavati made a choice that would etch her name in history forever. To avoid capture and dishonor, Rani Durgavati took her own dagger and ended her life. She chose death over surrender. Her sacrifice was not in vain. Though Gondwana fell to the Mughals, Rani Durgavati's bravery became a legend. Even her enemies admired her courage. Asaf Khan, the Mughal commander, was astonished by her bravery and lamented the loss of such a valiant queen. Rani Durgavati, in defeat, achieved a different kind of victory, a moral victory. She showed the world that courage, dignity, and the spirit of resistance are more powerful than any empire. Rani Durgavati's story is not just a tale from history. It is a timeless lesson in courage, determination, and self-respect. She faced impossible odds, but she never gave up her fight for freedom and dignity. Her life reminds us that true strength lies not in victory or defeat, but in how we face our challenges. From Rani Durgavati, we learn that even in the darkest of times, the flame of courage can burn bright. Her story encourages us to stand up for what we believe in, to face our struggles with resilience, and to never lose hope. Just like Rani Durgavati, may we all find the warrior within ourselves to pursue our dreams and goals, no matter how challenging they may seem. Let her story inspire you to be brave, be determined, and be fearless in your own journey.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel.